I'm going to give it 3.5 pawns.
I would do 4 and 1 drunken.
Wow, 4.
Yes.
4.5.
Yeah.
5 pawns. 5 pawns. This is a golden pawn game. Welcome back, everyone, to the review portion of the Drunken Pawn. I'm Steven, this is Maurice, and there is Basile. We have just got done playing Tower of the Wizard King, a 90s extravaganza of a game.
Yes.
Wizards galore, towers, and magic, and everything. Yeah, windbreakers. Windbreakers. Yes.
Now it all makes sense.
We are here to review this thing, so we're going to go ahead and start with Maurice this time.
Ooh, me even. Hi, so I won.
Yeah, you won the game. I think whoever wins the game should start the review.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Sounds good.
I was actually kind of announcing it just in case there was any internal bias that I was not aware of, you know. So I like the way that the oh man, okay, hold on here. I like the way that the intensity of the game ramps up as you play. It kind of starts as like, we discover the lands, and then it quickly turns into, give me your castle! and I think that's kind of cool. I enjoy that part. Yeah.
Basil?
I thought the aspect of the transformation and just like the story involved with it was really cool.
Good point.
I mean, they build a little world here, and they do a good job of making it work. I like the mechanics. I like the little pieces. Yeah, overall, pretty good game.
Yeah.
I'd agree with all that. I really enjoyed the fighting aspect. I thought that it would be too simplistic, but it ended up working pretty well. There was a lot of times, especially I think it was the way we were doing it, though. We were using my little wizard tower from Broken Token here. And we were putting in 1 dice at a time. So it was like, oh, it's a 6. Oh, it's a 4. Like, it made it a little bit more intense to do it one at a time. Because the way you fight is you have to have a higher number. You know, there's so many things. They have these little cards and they have fighting abilities. And, you have to get higher numbers and blah, blah, blah. That's how you win the battles. And it made it intense and it was fun. Mm-hmm. Like Basil said, all the little characters are amazing. I mean, here's just a little sample. There's one. Like, really detailed, especially for a mainstream game. This was a Parker Brothers game. So, like, it was like, this was probably everywhere back in 1993. The tokens, too. There's these little tokens that give you your spell powers and, when you're supposed to fight and everything. It was, like, perfect because every time it can be different. It'll be different. Every time you play the game, it's going to be different. I love when they do stuff like that because it just makes it like much more of a replayability. But yeah, what else can I talk about, man? There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this game. So you have this timer going that you can use strategically with the wizard going up this tower here.
Yeah.
You can use that strategically to your advantage or disadvantage, depending on how the wizard tokens are laid out. I don't know. I really like this one. I thought it was super fun. I didn't really know what I was expecting of it, so I think it really, went far and beyond my expectations. So, So pawn wise, what would you give it?
I'm struggling a little bit because I'm trying to do a couple things mentally. One, I'm trying to kind of prorate for 1993 manufacturing capability, printing capability, how the colors have changed for literally 2 decades almost at this point. And for those reasons, tempering that with the fact that I did win this one, I think I'm going to give it 5 pawns.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give it 5 pawns mostly because they did a nice job of having a simplistic design as far as the spells worked. But they counteracted that visually with the 3D element of this wizard tower, which is super high production value, and the 3D element of the castle wall and the timer being not just a clicker, but something that kind of moves up.
Yeah, it's part of the game too.
It was part of the game, yeah. So 5.
That's pretty solid. I was kind of torn as well. I was trying to keep in mind that this is an older game. But the castle aspect, very, very cool. It just was a little clunky. It had the potential to get stuck every time you use it.
Yeah, you have to be you have to be very careful how you use it, or it will get stuck.
So that's I think that's honestly the only reason I wouldn't give it a full 5. So I'm gonna go 4.5.
Okay, so there are a few things that I feel like kind of hurts it in the eye. That would hurt it in the eyes of some people.
Okay.
Like the beginning of it was, like you said, it was very slow. There was not much going on. You're just getting castles, discovering a couple things here and there, spell wise. I mean, it really makes you go for the castles at the beginning because that's what you need to win the game. The penance is how you win the game. So that was kind of slow, it was kind of monotonous there for a minute. But it did pick up once everything everybody started getting penance, and started getting spells that started happening. He started moving, people started transforming.
Yeah.
Then it was like, oh, this is okay. Now things are getting more exciting. And I could see we went back to the rule book multiple times,
That's a good point.
and that's kind of a detriment for me because it's like, because you have to stop and okay, what does this mean? And which is a good and bad thing that, they have everything that any question that we had about the game, we found it immediately, but we had to go look for it. And it's not super easy to learn. So you kind of have to, really, study it on the book and everything before you introduce it to somebody else. It didn't take me too long to teach them. They got it pretty quick, but they're grown adults, not a 10-year-old. This is 10 and up, so a 10-year-old, I think it would be a lot harder to explain and actually play. They would just want to be like, I'm moving, I like this little castle, and throwing stuff around.
The thing.
Depending on the kid, I guess, but some of them are more mature than
your
that.
average 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Average 10-year-old, yeah.
I mean, so there's that.
I think that's fair.
If you would have put this 16 and up, yeah, I could see that.
A good solid
But 10 and
nerd
up is a
16.
little young for this. This is a little too complex for 10 and up, I think.
And
In my
breakable.
opinion. Very, very breakable. He snapped off a little thing right there at the end. One of these little pennants. He snapped it right off. It's very easy to break stuff. And like they were saying, the wizard tower can jam in a minute, like a moment's notice.
A 10-year-old could not be trusted to use that.
No, the adult would have to use that every time.
I'm basically the equivalent of a 12-year-old.
Yeah, and he's the one who got stuck.
And it broke the flag.
I probably should never use it then.
So,
Plastic stuff, yeah.
So it's considering all of that.
Yep.
I'm still gonna give it a 4 because this was fun.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, after all I said, I just wanted to throw all those out there. These are the cons.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
At the end of the day, this was super fun. I had a ton of fun playing this game, and I will definitely be playing it again.
And the updated version?
Excuse me?
Isn't there an updated version coming out?
No.
Wait.
You're thinking of Dark Tower.
Oh, bananas.
Yeah, which is up there.
Well, got that
Which
out.
we will play that eventually, but
Okay.
this is...
Great.
This doesn't. This is what it is. And I love how it all goes up in the air like this.
That is cool.
And it's great. Especially if you have accessories to go with it as well. Like we have this
That
wizard
added.
tower. This really
That
added to
added.
it. So you have more wizard towers everywhere.
Mhm.
It was a ton of fun. Getting the wrap up finger. Do you have any...
I was just gonna say the only other thing that I wish that there was more of an option with is adding more penance, like throughout the flags.
Oh yeah. There were
it-
spells and stuff that did that.
There's like 2 or 3 spells that by chance could give you more more flags.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you just had to wait for somebody to come attack you. So I
Good
would
point.
have liked more opportunity to strategize the defense versus
I can
just
see that.
waiting for somebody to roll up and hope you win.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anything else you want to add before we move on?
Oh, no.
Wow.
Nope.
Well, we got you keeping your 5 pawns?
We'll keep it for the 1993 aspect of it.
Okay.
Yes.
5
Okay.
pawns, 4.5 pawns, 4 pawns. This is a definite check out this game if you can find it. It's very hard to find. It's very rare. It's expensive getting a complete version. But everything you need to know about what's in our Stein tonight, which was Little Fish and Branch and Bone. We'll put I'll put all that in the description below. If you like what you saw today, please. What did I say? Transform that subscribe button and hit the bell if you want to make sure you get everything that we're doing.
All the things.
All of them. Comment.
Yeah, comment. But yeah, that I think will do it for the review portion of the Drunken Pawn. Hopefully we'll see you next time at the table. Woo!